everyone, today I'm going to talk about Friends, episode 15. And I have already separated it to 3 parts. First, I will talk about Chandler's job, then Monica's job, and finally I will talk about Rose's love. So let's come to our first part, Chandler's job. Chandler brings the good news that his boss want him to become a supervisor. But guess what? He quit. Why? Because he thinks this job is just a temporary job and not what he wants to do, and he didn't want to stay in the office until midnight. But he has already stayed in this company for 5 years. And after, so Phoebe introduced him a job because one of her clients is looking for a
chef.
chef. But Chandler didn't know how to cook at all, so he refused this chance and went to a 8.5 hours of aptitude test. It's just like what we do in tutorial class. So after the intelligence test and personality test, it shows that Chandler is suitable for data processing. But he can't believe it because he thought that he is someone that has to do some cool job. And after this, his old company called him again and again because they want him to go back. And they promise that they will give Chandler a good treatment and a high salary. And his friends next to him always remind him about his dream. So in this kind of situation, will you choose your dreams or follow the money? Anyone want to share your decision?
Money.
So am I. And you can know Chandler's decisions in this episode by herself. And let's talk about Monica's job. Do you remember that one of Phoebe's clients is looking for a chef, and Monica is a cook. So she went to this job, and so the restaurant is wonderful, and the location, the size is perfect. So she has to cook for dinner just like a kind of audition. But it's not very successful because her boss, this man didn't have enough pension that he can wait for a meal, like for 8 minutes for a meal, and Monica can't stand it, so she lose this chance that she has waiting for a long time. And after this sad event, let's talk about something fun about Rose love. Just like, this girl is Celia, and just as the teacher showed, they are going to do something special. And Celia wants Rose to say something hard, to say something dirty, but Rose didn't know how to say at all, so he just said a very strange word and just destroyed this atmosphere. And if you want to know what Rose says, you can watch this episode. And so after Joey heard this news, he decided to teach Rose how to say dirty words. And just as they are practicing, Chandler came in and used a very funny face to look at them. And he always supposed them to get together. Yes. So after Joy's speech, Ross thought that he has become very good in dirty talk. That in his talk there are characters, outline, and even have a tattoo. It's just like a kind of writing. And yes, can you imagine that? And it's all from me. Thanks for listening.